Can I share something about this house?
Yes, go ahead.
For investors, one of the reasons I'm able to help them is because I find the property, the worst property in the best neighborhood. So that's number one thing I look for is a nice neighborhood, which is, it is here. You'll find all of them in pretty good shape. The other thing is, you want to find a house that's got a low price. In this case, it's $59.9 compared to the Bearcat County price, which is Bearcat on this one is about $95. So, and you got the attachment here. You see the Bearcat doesn't show on Bearcat. Well, it's almost 90,000. Here we are.
Is that the tax records?
$59.9 is priced at right now.
County appraisal district.
So it's 40,000 under Bearcat. So that's something you want to look for. The number of $1,000 below Bearcat. Also, this is priced at $46.65 a square foot. Anything under $50 a square foot, you're doing good.
In this neighborhood or in general? In this neighborhood? Under $50 a square foot, yes. In this neighborhood?
Yes. The year is 1980. So we know there's going to be some rehab, right? Also look for popularity of a house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage. That's the most popular, so that's why I've selected here as well. And of course, when it's vacant, you know that you have a better possibility of getting the price you want because they're wanting to sell. So we got a home here that's it's got good curb appeal. I said it's got a functional floor plan, high ceilings, but you'll see what it needs to be done for rehab.
In your opinion.
But I got the basics for you. Okay. I could get you in a home. I could get the quality of home that is going to have good resale value. That's what you want.
Right.
You want to have good resale value in a good neighborhood. Find the worst home in the best neighborhood.
Can I mention something? This house back in 04, if you look at the last page, the third pages, in 04 this property was listed for $79.9 and actually sold for $82.5. That was in 84. And so getting it at 59, we know in 84 it sold at 82. And we can get it now for 59. That's a pretty big difference rate. That's 22,000, not even considering the appreciation in the last 5 years. So I think that's something to consider. That's why I always like to look at the history report myself.
Okay, so one of the things that we would end up doing here is I've got a quick property inspection list. All of y'all got a copy of this. And you would end up going through this and basically you would walk through the exterior of the house and you would end up looking at the roof, you'd end up looking at the driveway, and you would end up making those type of situations, okay? And you'd mark all this down, and this is going to walk you through the whole thing. All right, that being said, that's pretty self-explanatory, so y'all are going to have these to walk through a house with. All right, I'm not going to use this today. What I want to do is I want to teach you things that you would walk past. See, if I end up coming in here and I tell you the obvious, then you're going to see the obvious, so you're not learning anything. What my goal is today is to teach you how to look for things that you would walk past and not know. And these things are going to be something that if you learn to look for these things that you don't see, then it's going to be 100% more valuable to you. Now, obviously, this has a new roof on it. And so everybody sees the new roof, and they see that they've got some sort of a cricket-type reflector over here to stop this. All right, so the fact that these don't have gutters, that's why this driveway is all cracked, and that's why we have all of this problem right here. So what I want you to do is I want you to walk around and look at things that you would walk past and not see. The first thing that I want to end up pointing out to you is, well, first I'd put gutters on it. I would always put gutters and downspouts on, especially here in San Antonio where you have foundation problems. Let me show you where your foundation problems are now starting to come into effect, okay? And I'm gonna end up asking you how many of you did not see this when I show these to you. But what happens now is simply this. I've been here for 8 minutes, just like you. But based on what I'm seeing and the trained eye that I've got, I want to show you that if you were to look, you have a crack here. Take a look at this. See right in here, you have separation. You have to where this is actually pulling away from the brick. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you didn't see that? Okay, more than half of you. All right, so see, these are things that you need to watch for. What prompted me to look at this? Well, whenever you end up looking at a cracked driveway, if you follow the cracks, see how the cracks are leading this way? It goes exactly to where the problem is. You see this crack right here? It led me to here. So I just look up and now I have the crack. Okay? So it's just simple things like that, that if somebody will teach you, how do you figure these things out? Okay, you have a crack. You end up saying, okay, I have damage. I need a discount for this. And they go, okay, well, I see the damage, but how can you say that, how do you prove what's causing the damage? What's causing the damage is that there was no gutters and downspouts, and the water came down here, it settled in this area right here, and this cracked, and this fell. When this goes down, then this pulls out, okay? Now, the other thing that you might not have seen is while I'm standing here looking at this problem right here, then come over here for a second. Take a look down the edge of the garage door. Look at the other side over there. Do you see that it's leaning? The actual brick is leaning in. This portion right here is actually leaning this way. That's why you've got a gap here and you've got a gap here. All right, so you actually are ending up seeing that you have that particular problem. Now, if you come around this way,
I know the bottom of the foundation's not supposed to be showing, and that is over in the corner.
yeah.
That I know.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely.